Hello everyone, welcome to Wait Switch TV. It's a pleasure to have you on this episode where we are going to learn about how to live stream using OBS Studio. OBS Studio has been a wonderful pal to me because I've not had any problems using it, and I just thought I should share my ideas with you guys for you to be able to personalize it and use it. Okay, without much ado, I would like to take you through the steps of setting up OBS. But then we also know that for us to be able to live stream on OBS, we need to also have a stream set up on YouTube. So we'll quickly start with the stream setup. But as we do the stream setup, I want us to start running OBS in the background so that we can complete them both at the same time. So we'll just simply go to Google and then Google OBS Studio, then download it. So I've selected OBS Studio and I'm going to run it. You can see we have Windows, Apple, and Linux. So I'm going to do Windows and I'll just install it. So it opens up on the other window, and as you can see on my download, it's here on the download bar running. So we'll leave it to download as we create our stream. OBS is just a tool that explains how we are going to be running the stream, but we need to feed it with sources. We need to have where the stream is going to go live from, and we also need to have a media source which we are going to use as we stream. So we'll come back to our Google account, then go to YouTube, and then I can see OBS has completed running on the other side. Not to worry, we'll just come here, create, then go live. Okay, when we create and go live, we'll be creating our stream. We'll be scheduling our stream for us to be able to connect it with our OBS for us to be able to go live. So if you've not done any live stream before, you need to have 50 followers for you to be able to stream. By now, I know if you're going to start live streaming, you must be having over your 50 subscribers and you're really eager to start your stream and you just can't wait to go live. But how do you do it? Well, we have 3 types of modes in which you can be able to live stream. You can do it on your mobile, you can do it using your webcam, and you can also do it using the stream software in which we are using OBS right now. So quickly we'll go and schedule our stream. You can see I already have an existing stream, but now I want to create a new one for demo purposes for you to see how we are going to be doing it. So when you come here, you'll always find that previous streams will always show, but we don't reuse them because in this case we are going to use a different theme. Okay, if this was an exercise, for example, and today I want to use the same exercise setting, I could easily say reuse settings, but in this case I want to stream about something totally different. But let's just click reuse settings just for us to see what it would feel like if we reused settings. Voila, you can see we have the same content that has shown up, meaning I had created a stream already and now I'm able to reuse the settings. So if I don't want to repeat, or if I create the same type of content every day, I can quickly reuse this. So if I did a footage of an exercise and I wanted to show people about it, I would just reuse the stream settings and then quickly add in my thumbnail if I wanted to change the thumbnail. But in this case, I'm not going to do that because I'm using a different stream that is totally different from the daily exercises. So I'll close it and then I'll create a new stream. So I've explained how that one goes. So for now, I'm just going to create new. When I create new, I already have an idea of what I want to stream about, and it's about a meditation video that has been done on a waterfall. So I'll just quickly go to vidIQ and take my heading. Okay, I'll take my title. This is my title. So I'll come here, add the title. Okay, after adding the title, I'll come to the description box. I'll come to vidIQ again because I already told vidIQ what I wanted to create content about, which of course is not a problem for you because you also know what you want to create about. The only thing we're going to learn in today's recording will be how we go live. So I'll come back here in the description, put my title, and then how do you want to go live? You'll select streaming software because this is what we are going to learn about. Okay, and then category, I'll put people and blogs. And then on the thumbnail part, because I had already downloaded the thumbnail for this event, I'll just come, I've put it under media source, and my thumbnail is here. I'm just going to add it. Then I'll quickly go to playlists. Because this is about meditation, I already have a playlist for meditation. But if you don't have a playlist, you'll need to create a new playlist, and it will just be as easy as clicking that and adding the description for you to be able to optimize your content. But in this case, because I have the playlist ready, I'll just come here and figure out where to add my type of content that I'm going to stream about. So in this case, I'm streaming meditation content because I want to use it for meditation. So I'm going to put it there. When it comes to audience, I've selected my stream as no, it's not made for kids. Okay. And then age restrictions, paid promotion, it doesn't have any paid promotion, so it's fine. Then we'll go to the tags. Okay, it's also very easy because my tags have already been generated on vidIQ, so it's just going to be as easy as coming back and pasting them here. For such an easy experience, you just need to prepare in advance like I've done, because you already know what you're going to stream about the next day. So it's not going to be quite a difficult hassle for you to stream. So I'll just come here and select my stream language, and then the license. I normally use the YouTube license. I allow embedding, comments and ratings. I put them on. Yeah, because I want to know how people are interacting with my stream. So once you finish filling those details, come back and check if all the items you listed have been done correctly. So the title has been done well, the description is there. Of course, I normally take time to study the description again. It's not just a matter of copy and paste. I'm just doing this in the interest of time to see that we complete this on time. Of course, without boring you guys so much. Yeah, so we have the category going well, we have our streaming software selected, we have our thumbnail, we have the playlist selected, and then now we are ready to go. So we'll press next. After pressing next, we'll come and check these customization settings. So we have the live chat activated. This is a very personal area because it depends on your own preference. Once your live stream has started, you have these options for you to choose from. You have anyone or subscribers only. So in this case, I started by using the subscriber only and realized that I was limiting quite a majority of people to interact with me, yet some might just want to interact with you, watch without being obliged to subscribe. So I go with anyone. But then if you specifically want people to subscribe to you before they watch your content, then you can as well select subscribers. But when you choose the subscribers only, you have to have been a subscriber in at least 5 minutes for you to be able to comment, meaning you're giving them time for them to associate with your content, subscribe, watch some before they just come in, because not everyone is straightforward and you really want to filter as much as possible. But for me, because I'm starting and I want anyone to look at my content, I just put anyone. Okay, then the delay in chat, I put it at 60 seconds. Again, this is a personal decision. You can decide depending on how busy you want your live chat to be. So these are just the settings that we are going to begin with as we set up the stream. And here you can see we have visibility. Visibility helps you to know how your stream is going to show. Is it going to show as public for everyone to see it? Is it going to go as private, or is it just going to be unlisted? So I choose public because I want everyone to watch my stream, so I'm not going to censor it. Okay, so you just check what applies to you, and then you'll come to the schedule. On the schedule part, you'll select the time you want your stream to go. So like today is the 6th and I want my stream to go maybe in another hour. So what I'll do is I'll select it as 18:15 for it to go. But if I want, and I don't think I want it to go immediately, I might as well put it at 19 hours so that it gives me enough time to prepare and just clear around anything that might stop me from going live at that particular time. And also, when you do your stream, you want as many people as possible to interact with your stream, to share and notify many other people of the stream coming up. So you just don't want to limit people by going live immediately. At least give them time to know and prepare that there's an event coming up. So in this case, we can decide to put whatever time we want to put based on our own preferences. So I've set my stream now for 19:30. Okay, so after doing that, the stream is now going to be set and it will be ready. Okay, so now you can see we have our chats here and everything seems very well, but we don't have the streaming software, so there's no way we can be able to reach our audience without the streaming software, because we've done everything. And at this point, if you need to edit anything, you'll need to go to your broadcast settings just to see if everything is looking well. Okay, so you'll come to your account again. You'll come to your account, then you'll go to Studio just to confirm that your broadcast has been set correctly. So you come to YouTube Studio. then come to content. When you come to content, you'll see that it has been scheduled. Okay, it has been scheduled and you're ready to go. You see, I have 2 streams coming up. This was the first one that I had set, and this is the second one. So when I come here, I'm able to check all my broadcasts and I'm able to manage them from this point. So for example, if I had put this stream to come up at 19:30 and I just got a commitment and I feel okay, I need to extend it a little, I'll just come here and look at it, scroll down, edit, because maybe I want to make it sooner or later. Okay, so I'll just come in those few steps and edit my stream. All right, I was just showing you so that you know how to edit in case you want to do the stream sooner or you want to do it later because something has come up. Once you change those settings, or if you made a mistake, you just change the way I've shown you. Yeah, it could be anything you'd have wanted to change. It could be the tags. Maybe you've gotten new tags you wanted to add on, or you just felt like you needed to update it. You'll just do that, then save. After saving it, then you'll now go back to your settings. Okay, and of course when you come to your settings, the time will have changed. Okay, so now we are done with the settings and we are now ready to stream. And now this is where our OBS software comes in. So I'll come to OBS because we had run it before. And now quickly we had downloaded it and now we are ready to run it so that it starts working for us. So we'll go to the OBS installer. It asks you, do you want to allow this app to make changes to your device? And I'll say yes, because I want it to. So OBS Studio setup is ready. And this setup will guide you through installing OBS Studio. It is recommended that you close all other applications before starting, including OBS Studio. This will make it possible to update relevant files without having to reboot your computer. So click Next to continue. There we go. Of course, you have to read through all these. I've read before because I've been using OBS, and it would be good for you to read too so that you know what you're getting yourself into. So once you read this, you're good to go. Just click on Next. Then the setup is going to be installed. Okay, so go ahead and click. Yeah, so it's giving me an error because I already had this installed before, so I'll need to look for applications that were using it before to close it. Okay, let me just, for you to understand. So finally our OBS Studio is here. As you can see, it's running on my taskbar down here, and it's just going to be easy for us to start interacting with it because we just downloaded it and we've run it. From the settings you saw before, I had downloaded it, then selected my Windows and then extracted the files and finally had it running. So all you just need to do now is play with the settings on your OBS to make sure that they match with what you want to do. So we have two types of OBS Studio functionalities. We have the recording function and we also have the streaming function. So for myself, I normally use it for both. Like now when I'm recording, I'll be using the OBS recording function to record. And I'm just quickly going to show you how we do both, like how we optimize the settings if we want to do either the recording or the streaming. So now when you first download it, you will want to just go to the settings and then look around. Okay, so you can see the settings will be showing you the different functionalities. We have general, we have updates, output, source alignment, snapping, projectors, system tray, preview, importers, studio mode, multi-view. Guys, when I looked at this software the first time, I thought I'd never use it because I saw that it had too much jargon for me to understand. The good news is you don't have to do anything on this end because OBS has done everything for you. The only part you need to focus on if you're recording would be the output, because if you're doing settings for recording, you'd need to check the output so that you can at least select where your recording will go after you're done recording. Like at the end of this session, when I finish training you, I'll need to go to this part to collect this recording. So I have to command it to direct it where I want my recordings to go at the end. But apart from that, it will just be fine to continue working with it with the settings that have already been put inside for you to be able to work with it correctly. Moving on swiftly, like I said, don't to bother yourself with all this because I call it jargon. Okay, so on the streaming part, you'll have these settings put in for you. Okay, so these settings will control your stream and it will have these functionalities. We'll have the video bitrate, which is always standard. The audio bitrate is also standard. The encoder, you set it always at hardware H264 or QSV. This encoder preset will be balanced, and then the audio encoder will be AACC default. So once you've checked this, as you can see on the recording end, these are the settings you expect to have: the recording quality, the recording format, the encoder, and the audio encoder. So when you're recording the format, you'll first start with the MKV, but they'll automatically be converted into MP4 files for you to use. Okay, so the hotkeys, once you're done of course with these settings, you'll need to click OK. And as you've seen, I've done nothing. The only thing you'll need to do if you're recording would be to browse and control where your recordings are going to go. Like mine are going to desktop, then I've saved a folder as OBS recording where I keep all my OBS recordings. Okay, so what you're going to do next is go to audio, check the settings. The reason you're going to audio is just to confirm if the settings are correctly set. You're not going to change anything. These are just confirmations you're making just to be sure that your system is running correctly. So you click on this just to make sure that the video looks okay, because when you're filming, at times you film with different resolutions, and of course OBS has the standard one, and we've put it here as 1920 1020, so you'd need to check that. And then the output resolution would be 1280 by 720. So just confirming that this is correct, because again I said you're not supposed to change anything. You just hit OK. Then the hotkeys, these are the hotkeys. Okay, but I personally don't prefer using the hotkeys because at times they might mislead you. So I'd rather stick to using my mouse when working. But if you're the kind of keen type, it doesn't harm to come here and set the hotkeys that you want to use. Okay, so you can set the hotkeys and then press OK, so that when you're working and you want to start recording, for example, instead of using your mouse to hover to the recording button, you'll just click on the commands on your desktop and everything will be okay. So we'll leave that. Check out the other tools. Now we are not yet done with the settings. Sorry, that one just forced us to come out. We are not yet done with the settings because there's one major thing we need to do, and this is an area I want all of us to be very attentive. The first area would be the stream section. When you come to the stream section, what you need to do is connect your account. Okay, now you want to start streaming. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is connect this to your YouTube account so that you can be able to stream correctly. So you can see my account is already connected, and for the purposes of this training I'm going to have to disconnect it, then connect it again. So as we had said, when you log into the system, just go to the settings first, make sure all the settings are working correctly, then the next step would be stream, because this is what we want. So when you come to the stream, the first settings you want to check is YouTube RTMPS. But there are some people who come and want to stream on other avenues. So if you're going to stream on Twitch or any other field, you'll just select the kind of stream you want. If you want to do Facebook Live, you'll select this. If you want to do Restream, if you want to do X, you'll just need to select the type of stream you want to do. And in this case, because we are going live on YouTube, we'll select that, YouTube RTMPS. Remember, we had started by connecting our YouTube channel. Okay, so we'll just come here and connect. So it's going to tell us, please complete the authorization in your external browser. If the external browser doesn't open, follow this link to complete the authorization. Okay, so we'll need to go to the external provider to go ahead with the authorization. So that's easy, because on your desktop you'll already have connected it with YouTube. So it's just as simple as coming to the email here and connecting it. So guys, we've already connected our YouTube account, and the next step now is going to be checking the tools. Okay, the connection was easy because you see it has to take me out of the current face. You'll just need to go and log into your email address and connect it. That's all. Okay, so we'll just click OK. After clicking OK, we'll come to tools. When you come to tools, click on Auto Configuration Wizard. Auto Configuration Wizard, you're not supposed to do anything. It auto configures the settings that you're supposed to use. Okay, so the auto configuration already will choose for you what you want to do, and when you come here, you'll detect the service you want to work with. For example, if you want to do streaming and recording, like myself, you'll select the first option, optimize for streaming, recording is secondary. If you only want to use OBS for recording, then you'll come and choose the second one and say, optimize for just recording, I will not be streaming, or I'll be using virtual camera. Okay, so this auto configuration wizard is what determines the best settings based on your computer specs and internet speed. This can be run at any time by going to the tools menu. So like I said, I use OBS as my source of recording for both the streaming and the recording. So you can see the settings here. These are the base settings that are used for this recording session. So we'll press on next, and then these are the settings. As we can see, stream information, YouTube RMPS, this is what you're going to use, and the account connected already is wait switch. So we'll let the tool do its work by, of course, auto configuring the settings for us, ready for us to use, because we want everything done for us, because we are too busy to start checking on each and every setting that comes on board. So what's going to happen next is we are going to familiarize ourselves with the different items that we have. Of course, I've taken you through the settings, and then we have the exit bar here. We have the studio mode. We have start virtual camera. But for purposes of this training, we are only going to use the start recording if we are doing screen recording, or start streaming if we are doing streaming. Like I said, today I'm not going to base much on recording, because recording is what I'm using now. That means I'll have to come up with another tutorial to show you how to use it for recording, because I wouldn't want to mix you up with so much at the same time. So I'm going to restrict myself to the start recording. You can see you already connected your account, your YouTube account, and the YouTube control panel is right here. So what we are going to do is log in. We're going to have to log in so that it's able to be connected permanently. So you'll put your email and your password at that particular point. Moving on swiftly, we already talked about the tools, and next will be the scene collection. The scene collection is all about the items you're going to display in your live stream, and it's good to always deal with one scene so that you're able to show whatever it is you want to show without any confusion. The thing is, in any scene collection, you'll need to have a series of sources, yeah, because you can see now our screen is blank. Okay, when the screen is blank like that, it means we need to load it with information that it is supposed to stream, because it is just like a computer which you have to direct for it to give you the functionalities you want. So we have to load in the different items for it to perform optimally the way we want it to. The other item I want to show you would be the edit function. Okay, but I would prefer for us to go to the edit function after we are done with the scene collection. So when you have a scene, when you create a new scene, the scene will be located here. Okay, ignore these ones, because every time you create a scene, it will be written here. Okay, because every time you create a file, you have to give it a different file number. So these file numbers will be created here. These are all the scenes I've used with my OBS. So they'll be showing you different screens. So actually, if I click on any of them, for example, they'll be showing here. But because I don't want them to show, I want us to work with a new scene, and I don't want to go through the whole process of having to delete again. So the first step into going live, because we are going live today with what we are recording, will be to create a new scene. And when I create a new scene, I'm going to give it a new name. So let's call this one OBS training, so that we can remember OBS training. Now, after renaming it like that, you see the new scene appears, but still it has nothing to show. That means we have to load it with whatever it is we want it to show. How do we load it? It's so simple, guys. We just need to come to this section here and add the sources. The scene sources could be so many things. One, we could have the audio, and two, we could have the media source. So the media source is the pre-recorded video that you have. For example, I'll explain to you how I use my content. Normally, I do meditation content, and in most cases, when you're meditating, you may not be available to talk to the participants because that's when you're engaging your mind the most. So during these times, you just want to have your free time to dedicate to the beats you'll be listening to and refresh your mind. So at this particular point, you want to do it together with other people. So that definitely means you'll not have time to control devices, and all you just want to do is bring in as many people as possible. So how I go about it is I just bring in everything I want to show on screen and then use the OBS to chat once the chats come up, because at this point I'm unable to talk. I'm in a spiritual mood when I just want to unwind and feel good. So if I'm exercising at the same time, for example, if I'm using exercise content, you can imagine how it would be if you're exercising and you have to hold your phone every time or your computer every time to see who is writing and for you to talk. So I use this also to help me so that my hands are free from the constant communication. I would only be responding to comments if they come up, but my whole body and mind would be engaged in doing the exercises or the meditation that I want people to follow. So guys, without wasting much time, I just want to take you to this process so that you understand. And this is a very important process. If you've been listening, this is the best time to even take a pen and paper so that nothing skips your mind. Okay? Just a bit of recap before I introduce you to this. We said when we install OBS, the first step is checking the settings. And when you check the settings, the first step is going in directly to the stream to check the settings. Okay? Number one, check that you're recording for the right social media. Number two, check that your account is connected, of course, the respective social media account, and then ensure that this is not ignored, because we said we are going to rely on the settings that have come with OBS. Once that is done, just click OK. You see how simple that is? That is not supposed to make you stress. The next step would be come to Tools, click on Auto Configuration. When you click on Auto Configuration, you're not supposed to do anything. Just look at how simple this is. Then come to Scene Collection. Once you come to Scene Collection, click on New. And once you click on New, this one will appear. Once it appears, you'll have a question mark because you'll not know what to be showing, guys, because you've come online saying you want to stream but you don't know what to show. So it's time to feed the system with what you want your viewers to see. So come here, add source. You can see we have so many different types of sources. The display capture goes with the recording, like what I'm doing now. Everything you're going to see in this video is going to come live because of the display capture. Display will just be displaying what is happening on my desktop. Okay, so you don't need to do anything with the display capture. If you want to go live with a video, a pre-recorded video, you don't need to select display capture because that means you want to record your current session, which is not the case now. The next one would be game capture. Game capture would be if you want to play a game and stream it live. But in this case we are not playing no game, I'll come with another tutorial to show how you can stream your game. Okay, now for purposes of this training, I'll directly go to the media source. Okay, the media source now is the file you want to show your viewers. So you'll click on media source, and I repeat, media source, because I'm speaking from experience. I've made so many mistakes. When I started out, I never thought I would be a pro. Honestly, I thought I would never make it because I used to select the wrong items and the stream never ever worked. So media source is what we use. And you remember when we were starting, when I was showing you the scene collections, there were quite a number of names. Yeah, some of them were saved as this. When you're starting a new scene, you have to differentiate it from the previous scene by using a different name. So every other time you have a new scene, you have to differentiate it, because you might show a screen now and then in the evening you want to show again. You can't use the same name. If you use the same name, it will not work. Okay, so you'll just put that name and then hit OK. Now this is where the rubber meets the road. Guys, if any one of you was dozing, this is the time to take that water, grab that pen and write, because this determines whether your stream is going to be successful or not successful. So let me explain something. I say that I normally stream meditation content, and probably my video could be as long as 1 hour or 2 hours. But when I'm streaming, you might find that some viewers would be coming from different time zones and they don't want the stream to end, because they want to also associate with the stream and, you know, resonate with it and also meditate with me. So instead of coming online every time, I would want people from the different time zones to all enjoy my stream without having to end it at some point, because I have to automate the process and make sure that my viewers are going to really have the experience that I'm having, because it doesn't make sense to make quality content and enjoy it alone. So how do I go about it? I just come here to the local file, because I already know where my file is located. So I'll click on browse. When I click on browse, I'll come to the desktop because I've saved it there. I'll come to the stream. Okay, when I come to the stream, if this is what I'm going to show for this day, I'll just select it. Okay, and as you can see, this video is really not long. Okay, I'm just using it for an example. It's as long as maybe 5 minutes, but because of the intent to have many people look at it, and I don't want to be there every time to keep showing it, I'll need to loop it. When I loop it, it will be able to show on different screens until I stop the live stream. Okay, or if it is music, for example, I can have the same music playing for quite some time so that people can enjoy it without them feeling like they have to press stop at some point. So how do I achieve that consistency? How do I have to achieve that consistency, to make sure that it doesn't stop? What I need to do is loop it. When I loop it, it's going to play itself on repeat. Yeah, I hope I didn't go so fast, because I just said I'll come, take my video, browse it and loop it. So on this window, there's nothing else you're supposed to do. Forget about this, forget about this, forget about this, forget about this. Only focus on these two items. Select the file you want to show and loop it. Period. That's all you need to do. Once you're done with that phase, it means you've selected the source. Remember, whatever you're selecting already has an audio. Okay, so because it already has an audio, you're not going to be worried about the audio. So the video you have is fully fledged and ready to go. So you're not going to worry yourself about anything. You just come, and as you can see, our video is ready to watch. Okay, so I promised that I was going to guide you through the editing phase. So this is what's happening, guys. You can see we have our current scene, and the assets on this scene are only two. The only asset we have is the audio we are using to talk, and the scene itself, the video itself, to show to the viewers. And as you can see, this video is not sitting well, okay? And just for example purposes, there are times when you can get the video when it's even clockwise or anti-clockwise, and you need to use it when it is standing correctly. So all you need to do is come to edit, okay? Then click on transform, then rotate. Yeah, if you get it and it's not correctly standing. So you see, assuming it came in and this is how it was looking, I would not start freaking out, but I'll just come here, transform, and rotate it. Okay, now it's back in order, and all I just need to do is look at how it's going to fit on the screen. So I'll just need to come back again to transform and fit it to screen. I'll click fit to screen. When I click fit to screen, it's going to show correctly. Okay, so always make sure before you show anything, it's showing as fit to screen, because if you don't choose it that way, it's going to bring you problems. Now everything is set. Remember, we have OBS running correctly. We've gone through the settings, we've gone through the tools, we've edited the file, we've added the assets, and now we want to start streaming. What do we do at this point? At this point, all we need to do is connect the OBS with our stream. Remember the stream we created here? We had created our stream here, and now we just want to connect. So we'll just come and click start streaming. Okay, when you click start streaming, you'll be asked to manage broadcasts. So when you manage broadcast, you'll be asked to either create a new broadcast or select an existing broadcast. Okay, remember we had already created a broadcast at the start of this session. We created it first because I knew they were going to ask for it towards the end, so it's going to be very easy for us. You can see creating a new broadcast would mean you do the title, you do the description, set privacy, category, set if it's made for kids or not, thumbnail, all this, which we did at the start. So it's very easy. We're just going to select existing broadcast. Okay, if all of you can remember our broadcast, this was the broadcast. Okay, this was the broadcast that we had selected, and the only thing we need to do after selecting it like this is to look for the broadcast. Yeah, let me show you. Start broadcast. So it's going to show like that. I normally click here to show side by side. At this point, I just right click here to show side by side, because some computers normally this icon doesn't show well. Yeah, but it will be the first icon that we need to click at this point so that we can continue. So I've selected show windows. So as you can see, select broadcast and start streaming. So this is what we wanted. Yeah, after selecting the existing broadcast, this was the broadcast we had created when we started the session. So we'll just connect it. Remember, the broadcast is already created in YouTube Studio, so you just want to connect it with OBS, and you're doing this by selecting broadcast and start streaming. So it tells you that you're selecting so at this point, guys, you can see our content is streaming. Our content is streaming, and all we just need to do is to go live. Okay, as it streams like this, it's also doing the same on the YouTube end, because already we are streaming and we are live. So all we just need to do is go live. Okay, we're just supposed to go live. So we'll come here and click go live. If you are my subscriber, by this time you must have seen the notification that I've gone live, and that's just how simple it is to go live. So remember, we were just using this as an example. Okay, we're just using this as an example to show how we're supposed to stream. So on this other end, our YouTube is going fine, and of course it's showing that we've gone live. Let's just confirm if it's true. We've gone live. So we'll just come and log in just to confirm if indeed we've gone live, just to be sure if we've been doing the right thing or not. So you can see our video is here. You can see our stream is up. You can see one person is already watching it. Yeah, and that's just how easy it is to run a live stream. So for purposes of this video, I'm going to stay online just in case anyone has any questions. I'd be able to take you through the questions. It was really, really nice talking to you all. So because this was not a fully live session, we will end this broadcast so that you also understand how to end a broadcast. Okay, so you see, we were live by selecting start streaming, and now we want to stop streaming. When we stop streaming, our stream is going to be inactive, meaning it's not going to work on YouTube Studio. I just wanted us to look at how our stream is behaving so that we can be able to know what to do when we start live streaming, because that's when all the mistakes come up. You're not so sure if you're online. What can you do to stop it? You know, there's normally this tension the first time you start streaming. So I just want to make sure that you feel comfortable around such a stream so that you don't make mistakes when you find yourself in this position. So we'll just come in and check. So you see, our live stream is still going on. Our live stream is still going on, and the settings I had told you about that time, you can see they're here. And now the bar that you'll be using to talk to your participants will also be here. So you just need to start chatting your participants to be sure that they are being responded to in real time. So without wasting much time, I want to show you how the chat option is going to work here on this end of the broadcast. So it's so simple. After looking at how the stream is performing, it will be so this is how the stream is looking like. I had explained to you initially how to do the settings on this front. You had done the settings before, and if you want to check and follow up on your live, you just come to the YouTube Studio and check. So we'll open our stream just to see how it's doing. So these are the details, and it's going on well. Okay, it can show you the analytics, the engagement as you continue. Okay, so you see it's going well, and at this point you just need to monitor this. You can do this as you go on or as at the end of the session. So we'll just come back here to check on our stream. You can see the time. If you want to stream for maybe 30 minutes or 1 hour, you'll have it set, and it will be easy to come to the end of the session as long as you're looking at the settings. So you see all the settings that you had seen in auto configuration are here, and it's so easy for you to follow up. At this point, everything is streaming, and because this was not a real stream, we'll need to come to an end with it so that we can go on the live correctly for you to be able to ask me any questions you have. This is not what I had intended to stream, but I wanted to use it as an example so that you people can understand and reason with me. At this point, without much further ado, I'd just like to come to the end of the training, and thank you so much for paying attention to the end. I know it might not be one of the best recordings, but indeed it will make someone understand how to use OBS and figure out how to be a pro when it comes to live streaming. In case of any questions, please come to the comment section. I appreciate you guys so much for watching my content and recommending it to your friends, sharing and giving us all the shout outs you do. I pray and hope that I can keep good content coming your way in due time. Thank you so much, and I'll be here to answer all your questions until all of you can be pros in this OBS tutorial. Now I'm ending the stream, and as you can see, I'll click on stop streaming. When I click on stop streaming, I'll also come and end the broadcast, because I said this was just for training purposes. Okay, and when I do that, my video will stop showing, and I'll go online just to confirm if that's what is happening. So I'll quickly do that and check just to be sure that indeed we ended the stream. So you can't see it again because it's gone, but we just want to be sure. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, it was ended, so it's not showing again. It's not showing again, so we are good and we are not live again. But if we want to come and say maybe add another video, if we want to show another video, we'll just need to come here. The next time you want to stream, now this is the next day you want to stream, maybe you have a different file that you want to show people. I want to show you how this behaves, because I had said that if you have this feature and you want to show people another set of video, you need to save it in a different file format so that it does not give you issues when you're streaming. So let me assume I have a different video that I want to show people. Let me say this is the one I want to show people, and then I loop it. Yeah, I wanted to show something long like this so that you can see how it fits to screen. So I'll just start streaming. When I start streaming, try and reuse the existing one that I had. So I'll do that just for purposes of, you can decide to put auto stop if you don't want it to. If you don't have time checking it every time, you can decide to auto stop so that it doesn't like I be the way when you make it and you want it to end at some point, you have auto stop running so that you can be able to end the stream successfully. Okay guys, like I said, I have enough time to respond to your questions when you come to the comment section, and I'm also going to take you through this whole tutorial on my next live stream so that you people can be able to ask me as many questions possible. It was really nice talking to you, and I look forward to the opportunity of talking to you and making the process. Thank you so much, and have a great time. Goodbye.